management company. I was working with Nappy Roots and a couple other groups. And then Future had, unbeknownst to me, he had told a bunch of people even back then I was going to manage him. And then things kind of started to happen for him. And Rico kind of, came to me like, yo, can you make a couple of calls on Future's behalf about deals? Called my man Naeem, who's consulting over at Epic Records for L.A. Reid, and unbeknownst to us, they were kind of looking at him but hadn't pulled the trigger. So we flew to New York. 2 days later, deal happened right there at L.A. Reid's office. And I wasn't managing Future at the time. I kind of walked away from it. And then Future called me maybe a couple of weeks later, like, yo, kind of got some things going on. I kind of need your help to kind of fix, what's going on. And Benny Pugh, who was the EVP over at Epic, was kind of like, yeah, I would love to have you around this. I think there's a lot of promise in it. So, um, and Rico kind of co-signed it, so the rest is history. There, we worked together for about 9 years, 8 years. He became the biggest streaming record in Sony Music, based off of some of the strategies that we learned from live mixtapes. A lot of those guys at live mixtapes. Um, if you go back to hip hop at that time, they weren't doing well as in the sales arena of it. But I think sites like live mixtapes taught the consumer how to stream music because they were streaming it on the mixtapes on those platforms.